Hi guys, I thought I would show you how to do the really popular hand lettered chalk effect, and I've already dropped in a chalkboard texture. This one actually looks like a chalkboard surrounded, you can see, with a piece of wood. There's all kinds of textures online. You can do a Google search and you can find all kinds of chalk background textures, and you can take a picture of a chalkboard with your phone and make your own. So that's a real workable way of doing it. But I really love this effect, and I want to show you how I do it. Now I'm going to take and I'm going to create a layer above my background, which is a transparent layer, and I'm going to select my type tool, and I'm going to use a chalk hand lettered font, which is my favorite, but you can use almost any type of font. Handwritten fonts look amazing. Large fonts look really good. You just have to play with them and see if you like the overall effect. And remember, there are a million ways to do this technique, so this is just my favorite way of doing it, and it's fairly easy. So here we go. I'm going to type out my text. It'd be amazing if I could type. Okay, I'm going to size that up just a little bit, but first thing I want to do is move it towards the middle with my move tool. And I'm going to use my transform. I'm going to grab the corner and I'm going to hold shift down to keep it from skewing. It'll keep the same aspect ratio if I do it like this. Make it just a little bigger. And then I'm going to hit enter to transform it. Put it closer to the middle. Now I've used white chalk here. You can use any color that you want to. Chalk comes in every color in the rainbow. Most of them are fairly pastel in color, but we're going to play with the different ways of doing this. First, I'm just going to do the white. The easiest thing is to take and select your text layer and go right above that and select dissolve, which is a blend mode. And doesn't really look like it changed that much, but when you go to your fill layer and you adjust that slider down, guess what happens? It starts to look like a chalk effect, and that looks pretty good just like that. But let's add some color to it. So I'm going to choose my text layer. I'm going to hit Control J to duplicate my layer. That's the your keyboard shortcut for duplication of layer. Then I'm going to go down here on the bottom layer and I'm going to select filter, and we're going to blur this with a Gaussian blur just a little bit. Now it's going to ask you to rasterize your layer. Select OK, and I'm going to bump that down just a little bit, and that just blurs it and adds, to me, a little depth to the whole look. Okay, now I'm going to rasterize both of these layers, and I'm going to choose the bottom layer and I'm going to select merge layers. Now they've become one. Now let's try to add a color around this white chalk. So I'm going to double click until my styles palette comes up, and then I'm going to choose stroke, and the color choice is black by default. And if you look around the lettering, you can see that it's a really dark black stroke that's happened around that, and that's way too dark. So I'm going to click that, and my color picker is going to come up. I'm going to go over to my chalkboard, and I'm going to hit I'm going to click on that gray part of the chalkboard, and it's going to look like it disappeared, but it didn't disappear. I'm actually going to bump that up just maybe to 5 pixels. And then I'm going to choose outer glow. I don't want this white color, so I'm going to pick something in the purple spectrum. Purple is my signature color. And then I'm going to click OK. And I'm going to play with the size. And then the spread. Now you just want to mess with that a little bit until it looks right to you, because now we've got to add noise to it, this slider right here, because it really looks like someone painted around it. So we want to add noise to that purple. There we go. Now it looks more like a chalk effect. Choose OK, and there you have it. It looks like hand-lettered chalk on a text on a chalkboard. So play around with it, have some fun, show me what you've done.